Hi, this is Ken Gidge, and this is The Art of Politics, the only show of its type where the good Democrat takes on the awful Republican. Now, usually the awful Republican is Al Baldessaro, but I don't know where he went. So I have John Birch here, representative from Goffstown. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me on again.
Jesus. Last time you were here, we got in trouble with your chickens, if I remember correctly.
We did. I heard the show when they added the chicken part. I heard it went very well.
Yes, I heard. Yes, they got the chickens in there. Well, it was you with the electric door for the chickens. The chickens run. He's not supposed to have chickens. I mean, he's a terrible person up in Goffstown.
Yeah.
But you do. Do you run this show up in Goffstown?
I do.
All right, then Goffstown. Hi.
Yes.
How are you? Now, who we gotta say hi to somebody in Goffstown? Who?
Well, a good friend of mine, Alice Cuschetti. She watches my show. Cheryl Anderson.
Come on, let's wave to him.
Yes.
Hey, Cheryl.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, and then of
Anyone
course
else?
my great neighbors, the Voltmans.
The Bubmans. All right.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah,
How are you?
they're
Good.
great people.
Great people. You like the police up there, or are they upset at you?
No, well, I think they're happy with
All
me
right,
at this
okay, let's
point.
wave to
Yes.
the how about the firemen? They like you?
The volunteers love me.
Oh, okay. All right, volunteer firemen. The other ones don't like you, though?
Not as much.
All right, how about the prisons up there? You got a women's prison up there. Do they
Oh,
like
I think
you?
they like me. Yeah, because,
okay, prison guards.
well, I
not
know the sheriff.
prisoners.
Well, the sheriff's department's right there.
Yes, I know.
And the sheriff likes me. The nursing home likes me. Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah, well, what have you done for the nursing home up there?
Well, I fight
Taking
for it.
money away from it? Shame
No,
on you
never.
Republicans, I'll tell you what.
Well, you know what? Got a whole bunch. This was 2 budgets ago. Everybody's eyes were this big because I got up and fought for a nurses union to get a raise
A nurses union?
at the nursing
A
home.
union.
A union. I got a I didn't get a thank you letter from the union, but I got a couple thank you letters from the nurses that belong to that union.
Really?
Yep.
Of course, it didn't work.
No, they voted it down, but you know, and Representative Kirk and the rest of them are looking at me like, John, you're like one of the most conservative people up there. You don't even have a heart, and you're voting.
He doesn't have a heart.
That's what I've been accused
Which
of.
one didn't have the heart? Was it the Tin Man? Was it the Tin Man that didn't have the
Yes.
heart?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well,
All right.
was it? Yeah, because the lion didn't have courage.
That's right.
And what was the scarecrow?
No common sense at all.
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. No, that'd be the Democrat side.
All right, so you tried to be the Tin Man, and it didn't
Yeah.
work.
No, they shot me down, but that was the closest vote of the night.
Oh, God. Well, they're all voice votes anyway. What's the
No,
closest?
I called a roll call.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, boy, they were.
Well, all right. Well, how close was it?
I can't remember the count.
Why
number.
do you hate unions?
I don't hate
Why do you
unions.
hate them? There are people in unions, both Republicans and Democrats.
it's not the hate
and
part.
you hate them.
No.
Yes.
Unions
You
are
heard-
fine.
You heard
Then why would I support and fight for that, the nurses union?
because you have no sense. you hadn't eaten that night. I don't know. You're feeling dizzy.
No, it was the right thing to do. And I believe in doing the right thing. The raise was only about $6,000. I mean,
Oh my God.
it was
oh my God.
so small of money compared to the budget. And I said, you know what? And they were getting a lot more responsibility. That's what it was. So they redesigned how they take money in up to the nursing home.
Yeah.
And the nurses were going to have a lot more work. And the union said, look, we'd like another, 28 cents or whatever it was. And it came out to like $5,000 or $6,000 for the year, because there was like 27 nurses in this group or 18, whatever the number was. And it got voted down. And I'm going, are you serious? And these nurses are going to bring in $1 million more to that nursing home.
Oh, look, I went through this up there. I was one of the, I did it for 2 years, but I'll never do that again. I was one of the executive counselors for.
I've thought about doing that.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Run.
Well, I was there when there was 103 representatives, Democrats, and 297 Republicans. So there's only like 4 of us up there who are Democrat. Yeah. It's awful because 4.5 social workers, and these social workers are from our, Hillsborough County, and they do the worst of the worst work. I mean, they really
Yes.
do. They work the hardest. And it was $600,000, okay, for 4.5. And they came forth and they showed that they saved the state $1.5 million, keeping people out of jail, keeping families together. I mean, it went on and on, getting
Yep.
people to hospitals on time, getting the kids away from bad parents, getting bad parents to become good parents. I mean, all sorts of things. Voted down. No. So we lost approximately $900,000 just because of that.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to show that they were saving money. Dumb.
Yeah, but then this year, they voted an increase.
For who?
For the county tax went up.
No.
And I voted against that.
Well, all right, let's talk about what's taking place on planet Earth. Do you think that they got that rascal, that, who was it? The guy who, the throats of good people, I think he is a Londoner. Yeah, did they finally get him? Do you think they got him?
Allegedly, what I've been seeing on Facebook,
Yeah.
which, you know,
They're good or bad?
I think it's good that they got him.
Yeah, just
I don't have a problem with it.
evaporated them.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with
Killing people, slashing their throats, just cutting the heads off.
Yes.
That's just, they ought to be incinerated.
it. They should.
No, I don't believe in the death penalty, but
I do.
No, well, you see, I don't. I believe that you go to a war and then we will shoot you differently. We're not going to.
Yeah, but if
You
it
can
happens
run.
here on New Hampshire soil, I want the death penalty to be able to take, be an option to that much of a heinous.
Yes, but listen, we become the same thing they are. All around the
No.
world, it's not a death penalty, and there are less murders in other parts of the world. Why are there more murders here? Well, quite simply is because you want everybody to have a gun.
That's true because
That's right.
the more guns, the less murders there are.
Right, and of course,
Thank you for admitting
the
that.
more kids who find their parents' guns and kill their brothers and sisters,
Which is
or
extremely
it's
rare.
1,000 a year or something like that. Okay, so what do we do about that?
Just check Chicago's record.
That is correct.
Check Chicago's record, which means that was from God, by the way.
The voice said, check
vo-
Chicago's record.
So what are we checking in Chicago?
The great gun control laws that they have that work in Chicago with.
That worked. They're not working.
Oh, I thought
Chicago's the worst place, and they're bringing guns over the
No.
border.
I thought gun control worked.
No, Chicago's one of the worst places in the United States.
then
That's
why
how much
do you
you
want-
know.
then
That's
why-
how much you know. You don't know anything about that.
And do you realize that 30 to 35 to 38 deaths every weekend in Chicago?
Yeah, I know. That's right. You know what I was thinking?
They have gun laws.
Oh, stop it, will you please? They have gun laws, but he wants more guns. Let's give everybody a gun. That's good.
Every law-abiding citizen.
Sure, let's give everyone a gun.
That's right.
That's right. We'll give the good people guns.
Virtually everybody in Vermont has a gun, and they're the safest state in the nation. New Hampshire.
Yeah, there are only 600,000 people. What do you expect?
It doesn't matter. They still have crime.
They're like a postage stamp.
But they have Amtrak
New
coming up from
Hampshire
New
is-
York.
They go, excuse me, they have rail?
Yeah, they do.
They got rail, a little tiny say like
and
that.
they wanna
have
bring
rail.
it-
And we can't get rail from Massachusetts to the airport in Manchester, and they go, there's a tiny little place got rail.
But you know
don't
what they want to
rail.
do? They go from Whitehall, New York, over to Rutland, Vermont, which is only, say a 35-mile spur,
I got
if
in
that.
trouble in Rutland,
20,
Vermont.
20 miles.
got-
But now they want $10 million, the state does, but I just read it on the news, to go from Burlington to Rutland, and everybody's opposed to it.
Good.
Because they're saying, you do it and there's more drugs. Because that's what's coming up on
They
Amtrak.
do it, and they want more drugs.
No, that's what's coming.
You know
they're
something?
saying Amtrak is what's bringing the heroin into Vermont.
Hold on a second. So trains don't bring good people, they just bring drugs.
That's
Trains-
what my friends in Vermont are telling
Trains
me.
don't bring people to go skiing. They don't bring people up to visit the state. They don't bring people up there who may want to stay in the state. They just bring drugs. So, gee, they don't want it.
I believe most people that are skiing are not coming up on that train. That was their intention, and that's how they sold
Okay.
it. People that can afford to ski for 5 days on Killington Mountain is coming up in their SUVs, their Escalades, and their Cadillacs. That's what they're driving on. If they don't even have a,
You
if
know,
not a,
look,
chauffeur, they're not riding Amtrak.
I voted against the mayor who's now mayor, okay? Donchis. I voted against.
Does he know that?
Oh, he very much so. Well, he certainly does know it, all right? And also the other person, Williams, nice guy, okay? But now we do have a mayor, all right? An elected mayor.
Yes.
He will be sworn in later, okay? I called him up. Of course, he never called me back, and I said, look, you're my mayor now. We'll put everything aside, but if you want rail, there's at least 50% of the state representatives who will not vote for rail, but will tell you to your face they will. So
I agree there.
I said, Mr. Mayor, if you want, I will help you put together all the state representatives, get them all in one room, and let's talk to them. Do you think he got back to me?
I would hope so.
He's mad at me because I didn't vote for him.
Well, after the election, it's supposed to be over. That part.
Well, you know that Bill 155 we were talking about?
Yeah.
He's kind of involved with that, so don't. We won't go in any more than that. Okay, you were
Well,
mentioning.
now, your former mayor, I heard she got a golden parachute heading out the door. Is that true?
Donnelly? No, not in Nashua.
No, I heard
No,
maybe
no,
not
no,
by
she-
the
no.
not by these taxpayers,
There's
but I heard the new job she's
She
got.
got a good job
Yeah, big
someplace.
big money.
Yeah, well, why not? That's not a golden parachute. Someone hires you, you're the mayor of the city.
Yeah, but where does that money come from? Isn't it?
I don't know what business hired her, do you?
I heard
It's
it was
none of
some
your business. You know,
non-profit.
I love the the Republicans. Let's keep the politicians out of our pockets.
That's right.
And let me tell you something. El Baldessaro was there. He wouldn't stop. But look, and now you're saying because she got a good job, now you want to know who's paying her. It's none of your business.
It is if it's the taxpayers, and that's what I heard it
It's none
was.
of your business who's doing it.
Now, on Al's behalf, he is at some veterans ball, I heard.
Oh, today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think he's all duckied up and
Duck. You got chickens and ducks on your
got
mind,
his
okay?
hair combed.
He's all,
and-
oh yeah. Oh, he looks like he looks like he's on an Italian wedding cake. I mean, every time.
well, then he has his eye candy.
He's a very Italian person.
Well, then he has his eye candy on his arm.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, his beautiful wife.
Yes, yes.
She's a sweetheart. I
She
don't know
is.
how she became a Republican.
Well, because she has
know
a
that.
heart.
I don't know. Oh,
She
that's all.
understands the reality of life.
But Al was one of those people who did serve.
Yes.
Okay, he didn't see action, but he, went into Kuwait and built a pad so the helicopters could land, bring forth, the troops in, and also put out all those fires.
Yeah.
So
Well, I didn't realize
he also
somebody-
got sick.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Somebody
Yeah.
told me there was 6 people, if not more, if I remember. I can't remember the number, but it was a big number behind every military person that actually is on the front line.
Oh yeah.
Really? There's that many.
Oh yes.
Support
yes.
staff, I guess.
Oh my God! I try to feed. Just think about feeding. Think about hospitals. Think about clothing. Think about name it.
What is that peace ship? The Ronald Reagan
The pea ship.
peace.
Oh, peace ship.
Yes, because wherever that thing floats around, there's peace. That's what I call it. That is to keep the world at peace. The Ronald Reagan. But I heard there's over 5,000 people on that ship.
Yes. I had
How do
I
you
had somebody.
feed that many?
Yeah, well, I had a person a friend who was, on a ship like that. They land the planes. I mean, these things are monsters. I mean,
Yeah.
they literally are several city blocks, and many 10, 12, floors to bring the
Yes.
planes down and the ammunition. And oh my God, he says it's a town. They have their own store. They have their own post office. They have their own. I mean, everything. They have their own cleaners. They have. I mean, you name it.
I mean, most towns in New Hampshire probably don't have 5,000 people.
No. And let me tell you, these things run pretty good too.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, it only takes about 24 hours and 38 miles to stop it.
Oh,
So you got this thing going at 20 knots. Well, I'll tell you what, if it ever hit the ground at 20 knots, down here in Portsmouth,
yeah.
it would end up out front of our
In Nashua?
Oh yeah, those things are monsters. All right, colleges. You got something going on with colleges. What's that all about?
I'm all excited about what's going on down to Yale. And what's that other college where the professor, who was she? Oh, geez, I just had her name on the end of my head.
No, it's supposed to be end of the tongue.
Yes,
not the end of your head.
Well, she just resigned
Yes.
because they want what do they want? A free space to not be attacked by verbal words. Freedom of speech. That's called going to your own house.
I don't quite. There was both Democrats and Republicans talking about this, going, it's quite interesting. Is that one thing that these people have been doing is they have been shutting the media out,
Yes.
pushing the media around, getting rid of them. What happened to freedom of speech?
They don't want that anymore.
What happened?
Yep.
Now, the first school, the president gladly, I mean, he would have been shot, I think, if he didn't get down, because they got a ball team that loses $1 million. They don't show up. They're fined $1 million, and they make millions for the school. I can understand that because all the black players thought that black people were treated poorly.
Yes.
A small amount of black, well, I don't know what the percentage is in the college, but the football team is like 60, 80% black. So they thought, well, wait a minute here. So I don't quite understand that, but when you start pushing the media away.
Yeah. Well, what I like is then the next day, 35 or 50 satellite trucks show up and go, hey, you can't push us away.
I know.
Where was it? Down in North Carolina. This was in the 70s or 80s. I can't remember. I was still living in Vermont once then. It was so funny. Down in North Carolina, this white guy got up there, and these black people were in the town, and he said something racial. And he says, we need to get you out of here, or whatever racial remark he said.
Yeah.
Well, the next weekend, 40,000 people showed up in his town, to protest him. And it was quite, comical. I was like, I guess he won't run his mouth anymore.
And
I think that's the same way here, is that they're screaming, no media, and you have no right in public to take my picture. Well, then the media says, oh, yeah? And then they all show up. That's what made me think of that. It's just so hilarious.
I don't quite understand it. I'm not sure if others, it's, you always talk about colleges and the professors being liberal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you get groups of people who do not understand the freedom of speech, it means it for everyone. If you want to go out, and
That's
your
true.
freedom of speech is not to eat, okay, and make speeches about it until something is done, that's fine. Gandhi did that, it worked for him, okay, I understand that. But to turn around and say, no, you can't film us, no, you cannot do this, no, you cannot bring a camera, no, you cannot come into our room, no, you can, something, all of a sudden these people, these kids sort of like need a lesson in, what your Constitution is.
Yes, but the college, I think, fostered this to get it to this point.
Why?
because I think the college gives kids, some colleges like Yale, gives children, this false sense of entitlement that they don't have, in that they're number one, which many of them are not, and they need to point that out, because when they come out into the real world is going to slap them one.
Well, I'm not sure if I agree with you on that, but what's taking place, it's going around the country.
Yes.
And I think you're going to start seeing a lot of people either getting fired or quitting who are positive for the schools. When that starts to happen, we'll know next week. By next week we sit down, we talk again, we're going to know exactly how this is going to go. But somewhere along the line, you got to wake the people up. Now, you and I don't really agree politically a lot on everything, but freedom of speech is...
Oh, we got to have it.
Well, look, we're doing this.
Yes.
This is freedom of speech, and this is access television and access radios. Guess what? You can say basically what you want. There are no commercials. We're going to be on for 57 minutes. No commercials, nothing to interrupt us. This is the most freedom way of speaking. In fact, you're going to take this show, you're going to play it up in, I guess, Goffstown?
Yes.
Okay. So guess what? So from here to Goffstown to I believe there are a few others that are taking our show and also using our show to fulfill us, okay?
Yes, yeah.
That's freedom of speech. This is the most freedom. You can't get any more.
Well, you know what I was shocked over? I had somebody from Bedford come on my show.
Yeah.
He sat down just like you and I,
Yeah.
and he goes, "John, what am I not allowed to say?" I go, "What do you mean, what are you not allowed to say?" I said, "Well, technically you can't sell something here.
No.
We can't say, give us money. That's against the rules. But other than that, I think we can almost, within reason, say anything.
Well, you can't swear. They really don't.
Yes,
I guess
no
you
swearing.
Damn, hell, and maybe bitch and
but-
ass, but that's about it.
Well,
if
this
a
is-
person's an ass, I guess not. I love
but
having
the-
God.
Yeah, but the individual-
From my mouth to God.
But he said they can't talk politics in Bedford.
You can't what?
Talk politics
You can't talk politics in Bedford?
because you're going to hurt somebody's feelings.
You're going to hurt someone's feelings in Bedford?
Yeah.
Oh, you and I got to go there.
That's what I'm thinking. We need to storm their
We have
TV
to. Well, the fact is, I believe, and maybe God can cough again or go yes or no, but I believe if someone lives up in Bedford and they want this show to be played, they got to live in Bedford. This show has to be played.
I have friends in Bedford.
Aha! There you go.
I should get them to
So
play this.
you can't talk about politics.
That's-
Hey, I gotta.
Well, and there's other subjects. You have to be neutral up there.
Yeah, I got a quick story to tell you on radio. I was doing a radio, and of course, radio is politics, right? So they had this lady come in, very, city respected, et cetera, and she was doing a show after hours, right? And she was going to do her show on politics, but the problem was that by the time we got done, there was nothing more for her to say. So she got mad anyway and quit. Right on the air. She said, "I quit. Ken Gidge can't do politics." And I'm going, "What do you mean Ken Gidge can't do? I've been doing it for 5 years. You pop in here for 15 minutes and I can't do politics?"
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's so colleges. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know.
How is this going to work out? Are there going to be a lot of good presidents of colleges and good people leaving because of what's taking place? When is it going to stop? How is it going to stop?
I don't know the end result. Are the colleges going to allow these kids to control the outcome of their college? And that's what they're doing right now. They're taking over the asylum.
The asylum. so okay.
Basically, is what they're
the
doing.
patients are taking over the asylum.
Yes, that's what's happening with the
Well, I've never heard
kids.
of, what is it, Yale?
Yeah, Yale.
Yeah, I never heard of Yale called an asylum. I mean,
Well, but they're having a lot of problems with their students down there wanting the staff to make $15 an hour, wanting their.
Well, I hope the staff make $15 an hour.
No, their housekeeping's probably making minimum, sadly.
Well, you can't live on that. That's what I agree with them on that. You know, where do you guys get it that when people make more money, they don't spend it? Do you realize I have a statistic for you that we can't prove? So this is going to sound pretty good as a statistic.
Now, if Al's watching this, he's going to call in.
Al,
we should call Al.
No, we should not call Al. All right. The statistic, quite simply, was when there were so many people. All right, so many people collected unemployment.
Yes.
There was a positive influx of money. Bills were paid. People didn't go out as much. Okay.
Well, which hurts the economy.
Well, no. What hurts the economy is people can't pay their mortgages, can't pay for their cars. So that was kind of a really positive. A minute they lost it, they lost their homes, they lost their cars, bankruptcies, families break up. Come on, what's the number one thing people argue about?
Yeah.
To me,
Money.
it's potato chips and
Yeah.
chocolate cake. All right, okay. What do you argue about in your family?
Oh, my wife and I don't argue. Very seldom.
Okay, let's hear a very seldom.
Jeez, I'm trying to think what the last time she was mad at me for.
Well, you've been mad at her?
No, that's the thing is my wife, I am just blessed by God himself that I have my wife.
Don't get God into this.
But it's
She's
true.
Probably a nice person.
No,
Who
serious.
put up with you.
No, I tell her every day that I thank God for her.
Well, stop thanking God.
Yeah, she is an angel.
God helps those who help themselves.
That's right.
That's
He
right.
gave me the knowledge and the path and the belief to right to her dooryard.
Oh, God.
And so I end up with my wife, Phyllis, the best person in the world, the best wife.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
And the thing is
She likes chickens.
oh, she loves chickens.
Oh, there we go.
And the thing is that she lets me almost do, pretty much anything I want. And then only a couple times a year, like when we had the sick chicken in the house. Remember that story?
No.
Oh, I thought I told you.
No, he has, so for those who don't know, he lives up in Goffstown. He's not supposed to have chickens, but he's got a lot of chickens. And he also has an automatic door on a timer that lets the
Yes.
chickens out. Do they go in at night automatically?
It's,
Time-wise, they just go in.
but they look up and when they see the dusk coming, they're in.
They're in.
So my timer is set 20 minutes after dusk, and I do a head count every night. I go out and make sure everything's safe and the door's down, and it's
Okay.
Not
So
once.
anyway, you got a sick chicken in your
so
house.
I come home one night and from the state house, and there's a sick chicken in the house. And I said, well, Phyllis, we can't have chickens in the house. And she looks at me, and it was one of the few times a year, she goes, John, I want to take care of this chicken, and I would like to have it here. And then
That
I
was
go,
it.
Yes, ma'am. Because she only does it a couple times a year. And so I say, you know what? I've got to,
What's wrong with a chicken in the house?
because I grew up on a farm. The chickens belong outside. They don't belong in the house.
Yeah, I think. Well, you got some pretty good-looking chickens. They, these chickens look like they're prize chickens.
Well, my wife picked them all out, and she.
They're
liked-
prize chickens. You could take them to a
Yes.
chicken
Yep.
contest.
Yeah,
and,
we could.
And the winner gets fried by Colonel Sanders himself.
Yeah, especially the buff Brahma. The buff Brahma is probably the best.
What
looking-
is the buck Brahma?
buff Brahma? Yeah, that's big chicken.
The big one.
Yeah, that's the big one.
One that
That's-
could hardly get through the door.
Yes, and if you watch the video, she could just barely waddle her.
How can they see your video? Go to YouTube?
Yes, go to YouTube. Probably type in John Burt, B-U-R-T, automatic chicken door.
Automatic chicken door.
Yeah, and I
Or
bet you-
maybe they could just go automatic chicken door. And would it come up?
Well, there's so many of those videos out there. Oh, there's thousands.
With people with chicken doors?
Yeah.
Automatic chicken
Yeah,
doors?
when I said I wanted to build one, I Googled or YouTubed it.
Yeah.
And I was just shocked on the amount of videos that showed you how to do it or showed you that they had
How
one.
did this supposedly is like a political show? How do we get to this?
I don't know.
Talking about, where were we? All right, we're colleges. Are we done with colleges?
Yeah,
or-
pretty much. Other than I'm happy with that the colleges are getting what they, fostered.
No,
and I don't know how
when you
they're
say
going-
that, what do you mean?
I think they fostered these, spoiled little brats into thinking that they can have free college, that they can have, whatever their demands are. And I'm thinking, no, they're kids. They have to earn this. And sadly, their parents never yelled at them or said, no, little Tommy or Sally, you can't have that. I guarantee you, most of those kids have never been told no.
You know I paint, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's like taking a brush and going green. Everything is like, what are you talking about? You get into to Yale, they don't let people in because they're people. Most of them need the money, to get in.
Yeah.
So are you saying they're all spoiled, all the people out there?
No, I think there's a lot of good
haven't
college.
Gone, bad.
There are a lot of good, I think the majority of college kids
What
are good.
stopped the Vietnam War were college people. You thought the
No.
Vietnam War should have gone on?
No, I didn't. I don't think the college kids had anything to do with
Yes, of
stopping it.
course they did. Are you kidding me? I was there. I knew what took place in
But
those
Nixon,
days.
he was the one that ended it.
Nixon ended it? Yeah, he ended it all right. No, he didn't end it.
Well, I mean, it was
He
started.
kept it
The
going
end was.
further. He just that was an awful time of our history. That and in the Iraq War. So we've got Bush. I like him now because he's a painter.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't know that.
paints. He's pretty good actually. But as far as it goes for where he's going to stack up as a president, it's not going to be too high.
Oh, I
the
think it's
Iraq
gonna be.
War was just an absolute. Everybody agrees that was a mistake. I think
No.
even his own father. Matter of fact, I've just started reading the book.
Yeah, I heard he wrote it in there that they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, yeah. So I will report to you
Yes.
on. I just started it. Matter of fact, about his dad, and quite a person, quite an interesting man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
18 years old, he joined the service, flyer. At 20 years old, he was shot down.
Yeah.
20 shot down.
Well, how old was his last jump?
Oh, God, he was 85 or 87 or something.
Could you imagine?
Like
I
that.
can't imagine jumping now, but.
Well, I mean, he bailed out of a plane that was shot down. I would imagine this would be a piece of cake.
Yeah, probably.
What is this, a book review show?
Yes.
Or are we talking politics? Huh?
All right, let's get to some good. All right, you got college. Governors. We have a governor's race coming up. Who do you think should be governor? Got any Republicans up there?
I don't know yet. We have some good candidates that are coming up.
Who?
Sununu saying that
He's going to run for governor?
he may. And they say he's different than his father, so that makes me happy.
Oh, no. Well, I'm not sure about that. Do you know that?
Then there's Frank. What's his last name? I always pronounce it wrong.
Is it
Edelbert?
Yeah, Edelbert.
Edelbert?
Yeah, and I bet you I pronounced it wrong.
Really? He's a Republican?
Yeah, he's a Republican. Put in $250,000, I think, of his own money. So I'm going, well, he's got money.
Already.
Yeah, and I didn't realize he.
Well, we have Conley on the Democratic side. He was the head of the Bureau of Securities. He even wrote a book on FRM.
Really?
Yes,
Do we want him there?
Oh, yes. Oh, no. He
He wasn't part of the problem.
Oh, no. What happened is that the banking commissioner and the attorney generals turned on the securities. The securities said, look, you let us know what we're supposed if you come across something.
Yes.
You came across all these things and you never gave us the information. Now you're blaming it all on us. So he
Yes.
writes a book on the subject. As a matter of fact, it's I'm even in the book.
Really?
Myself and Holden.
Huh.
Rip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He
so-
was from Goffstown.
Yeah. So anyway, Conley is a very, very, very smart individual.
Well, who's the
got
executive counselor that's running?
Well, the executive council would be Sununu.
No, there was another one on the Democrat side.
I don't know. Oh, Olson or
Ostrin?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have that coming up, and now will you be going against Kelly Ayotte?
I will see what the options are
Who
because
is running against Kelly Ayotte?
nobody that I know of right now.
I heard it will not be Bill O'Brien.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing. But they only want one person
Yes.
to go after her during the primary.
Yep.
Republicans, because she's not conservative enough.
I don't know if she's conservative, period. She just voted for this, green energy thing that's going to bankrupt us.
Green energy?
Yeah, it's going to bankrupt
Well,
us.
what is green energy?
These windmills and everything else that nobody wants in their backyard, but they want them.
Oh, excuse me.
The wind
You're
is the-
not one of those individuals.
Terrible.
The wind is terrible.
Yes.
Renewable energy.
Wind.
Terrible
Wind.
wind. Wind is bad.
And solar.
Oh, it's terrible wind.
It is. Too much
No.
taxes.
Too much what?
Taxpayers are paying for it.
Why are taxpayers paying for wind?
Because we subsidize it that
Oh,
much.
we subsidize it to get it going so we don't have to get oil from other countries or use the oil that we have here. You don't know, do
I
you?
say drill the
you
oil
don't
now.
know. Drill, baby, drill, right?
That's what I say. Well, look at Obama
Go get it.
already saying, who's the other one? Oh, Hillary just said it. We got to stop using coal. No. We can make coal clean, and we have a ton of it.
The big problem with that is because I'm in energy free. The big problem is it costs you about $6 a gallon just to get it clean. If you wanted to use it that way,
coal?
It's awful. Yeah, it really is. It really is one of those.
PSNH or what are they?
They're
doing it for.
In fact, if there was a way to use it, but that doesn't mean it won't be used. I'm just saying that. Calm down a little, because by the time the new technologies come and getting it, it's going to be a lot different.
Well, I took a tour of a windmill factory, whatever you want to call them, farm, I guess they call them to be nice, up in Vermont. In this one guy, they said they had a 25-year lease on the land.
Yeah.
And that's what the life expectancy of these things are,
Yes.
these windmills. And this one guy kept pushing and pushing. Well, why don't you just renew the lease now? And he kept saying, I'm guaranteeing you in 25 years, technology is
Going to be a lot different.
these will be like dinosaurs up here.
Yes.
And so that's what I am saying. And then I kept trying to ask him, and he did say how much it was. I said, how much is the taxpayers paying? And he gave me a low number, I think.
Well, let me ask you a question. You must realize that every war we basically have fought basically has something to do with oil. You realize that we are the country that makes sure that the world runs because we do not want people to interrupt oil going from A to B, and that's not necessarily to us. So we are the ones who lose men and women to go to war for it. How about if we didn't have to do that? Would that satisfy you?
Well, no, I think we'd still go to wars.
No. I'm asking you because it's been basically about oil. What do you?
I don't think it has been totally.
Yeah, well, it is about oil.
Well, that's what some say. I don't think it is.
But look, when we go to war and they want to close a passage, it's gonna cut down the economy for 3/4 of the world. You don't think we don't go there to get rid of them?
All right, let's say if we're energy independent, but China's not. So somebody closes the passages for China. Who's going to go bail them out? It's going to be us.
Oh, I have a feeling the way China is going, no one is going to have to bail China out.
Well, that's true.
No. They already, I believe, have the largest army in the world. I mean, already. And they are just buying weapons. Believe me, China is... We're done as being the largest country in the world for using resources. on and on and on. Money-wise, China will pass us. They're already using more of the fossil fuels. I mean, it's going to be the Asian 100 years. We're done.
Well,
As
they're
it
saying
goes.
they're building a coal power plant every week. One's going
Well,
online.
you know, it's interesting. My son lives there, and he says that they're getting pretty conscientious. I think they
Well-
burn the coal, but they do have the filters because it's awful.
Oh, I heard the pollution over there.
Oh
is
no,
terrible.
it's awful.
Yeah.
Tiananmen Square, which is where the big thing took place, large square in China. I mean, you couldn't see from one end to the other end.
Wow.
You know, and so that
Yeah.
was pretty bad. Okay, all right. So we got you had Pam Tucker on your show,
I did.
and Pam Tucker will be running for what?
Well, she has an exploratory committee to see if she wants to run for CD1, Congressional District 1, which is
Which will be
Frank Ginta's seat.
okay. He's got money though.
Well, does he?
Does Pam have money?
That's what they're looking for.
Okay, they're looking for money.
Yeah.
Who else is running?
One gentleman that
Republican, Democrat?
yeah, Republican, that nobody knows his name. You know,
Okay.
So I don't know where he is, and then allegedly there might be a fourth one jumping in,
You know,
which I think is too
I
many.
can never understand. I understand politics by now. 4 terms, I've got it. I don't want to be a vice chair of a committee. I don't want to be a chair of a committee. I am a chair of an art committee, but that's a lot different. It's not like
Yes. So why don't you?
it's a lot. I don't want to run for a Senate. I don't want to run for in the House, Senate in New Hampshire. I don't want to do that. All I want to do is go grab some bills I think are really important, like the arts bills and 155, et cetera. Work on those, and I really am not really happy with politics. I want to make sure my ward is cared for, and I want to make sure my city is cared for. I mean, obviously, these are the two main things, but I don't want to do all of that. Where do people get this, the fire in the belly to want to become a governor, a senator? Why?
Yeah, it's there. There's well, it's like we have 400 state reps. How do we have 1,000 people every cycle, every 2 years, sign up to run? Virtually 1,000 for a $100 seat. You know, where do people get the energy and the drive to do it? But every 2 years, there they come, a new group of people wanting to do it.
Well, I've got to think about it if I will be doing it again, because I've spent money that we've saved and,
But you're an artist, so you
well,
have money.
that's
you're rich.
I never got to what upsets my wife. Okay, sell your art. I mean, I never mentioned where it is. It's at one place in Nashua, Framery, in Nashua. It's on Factory Street. I mean, that's
Yeah,
where
but
it
you're
is.
still alive, so your art is worthless right now, isn't it?
Well, I'd like to think not. I like to think that it has some value.
My artist friends all say, John, buy this off me for $100 and it's going to be worth millions when I'm dead. And, and they laugh, but, for some reason, that's the way it is with artists.
Well, as you know, I am one of the dual chairs
Yes.
to study the arts, the economic impact of the arts in the state of New Hampshire. We're the only dual chair, I believe, of any committees, all right, as far as I know.
Yes. Yeah,
All
I've
right?
never heard of it. Yeah.
I've never heard of it, okay, because I set it up like that, Republican and a Democrat. And I'll tell you, we had the individual who runs the Art Institute in Manchester, which I didn't know was like 100 years old. I mean, I'm serious. And they've got like 500 students, but one of the statistics that
they got that many.
Yeah, I didn't know this, and now they're regular degrees, and now they're going for masters and arts and etc. But what I didn't know was this: that supposedly 18 to 20% who come here to go to college stay in New Hampshire. Okay, how they've come up with that, I'm not sure. But they've also come up with 38 to 40% stay if they have an internship.
But what do they mean by staying?
Stay in New Hampshire. They live in New Hampshire. They won't leave. Well, don't leave.
And are they productive members of society?
No, they're all on welfare.
Well, that's what
They're
I want to
all-
know.
They're all.
You know, what did they do with their art degree?
I don't know what people think that when one says art, you think it's a painter or a singer or a writer, etc., and they do nothing. Would they contribute, John?
Well, but do all of them?
Yes, they all do.
You know, I need to see the whole
all right,
statistic.
Okay. See, here you go. I give you some good statistics because we're an old state, and the first thing you say is, "Well, are they bums? You know, are they?
You know why? You know, well, I'm glad they're staying.
Well,
But what are they providing? Why they're staying?
John,
Because
I
you
can't
have to-
ask everyone's business. I stay out of people's
But
business.
they must have
If
that number
people
somewhere.
If people stay, it's got to be one. They love the state of New Hampshire, so they may not be doing art all the time. They may be getting good jobs. You know,
Yes.
working in advertising, working in design.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
those are
come
good
on
jobs.
now. Just because you become and it's not all art. There are machineries. There's now computers. There's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
things that are taking place. I mean, art schools are not a nude going like that. Although I could tell you some stories about that when I was at the Art Institute in Boston. I mean, that's bizarre. And I won't tell you today because God would yell at us that this is political. But when you hear a statistic like that people are staying, when you hear that all of a sudden arts was like $150 million contributed to the state of New Hampshire, one goes, what? Where's this coming from? I think we talked about it before.
Yes,
the
I think we
show.
do need to look at it to draw people here because Boston draws a ton of people in because
Billion
of
a
their,
year.
really, yeah.
$1 billion a year. They did that. Arts. Yeah, $1 billion a year. Because you got to, and that's Boston surrounding areas. That's
Yes.
Cambridge, etc. But you got to remember, it's an old city. I mean, it got some pretty historic things.
Well, doesn't Portsmouth and Manchester? They got a few.
Yeah, well,
maybe not as
well. No,
established as Boston area. But
no, we're not gonna do $1 billion a year. But
no, I agree.
But the more artists we have up here, the more people come. There's more culture. There's more things to do. That's what brings businesses up here, John.
To a point, yes.
What do you mean to a point? Yes.
And I agree. If the money is well spent to advertise or to whatever, to promote it, I think that is something good.
Do you ever go out?
Yes.
What do you do?
Well, occasionally we'll go to the Palace Theater if there's
Palace
something.
Theater.
Yep.
Okay. Matter of fact, one of the individuals on the committee runs the Palace Theater.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think
As
it's
a matter of fact, he was a representative.
a great place to.
Yeah.
To go
Palace
to.
Theater's a great place.
And they say there's one over in Portsmouth. I don't know.
Oh
the
yeah,
name.
there is. There's a lot going on. A lot of dance in Nashville. We have the symphony. So we're thinking about building an arts building here in the city of Nashville. I mean, we must find some way to contribute. The Republicans have to stop saying, cut, 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 cut. You got to start thinking invest, invest, invest. What are you going to invest in that will bring money into the state? Arts may be one of them.
Yes, but I say invest with the money that we have, and we can, because we're fat in a lot of departments.
Like where?
Our highway.
Our highway.
Yes. Have you
Our
seen
highway
the
is
trucks
fat.
they buy? And do
For
they
what?
need them?
For what? To plow the roads?
Yes.
Oh, they don't need new trucks to plow the roads?
Not the trucks they're buying.
What?
They're state of the art.
Well,
And I mean, if there's a return on investment, yes, but there's not.
why do you
It's
say
like,
that?
Goffstown.
Why do you say that?
The I'm trying to think the director of, Parks director in
Yeah.
Goffstown.
Yeah.
They bought him, I think it was a $63,000 or $67,000 one-ton pickup to pick up leaves. I ran my tree business on a half-ton pickup with a dump trailer.
You know something, that's not true, and you shouldn't say that.
They are.
No, they buy one truck, $60,000 just to pick up leaves. They don't use it for anything else. They don't use it for plowing in the winter.
No.
They don't use it for.
It doesn't have a plow on it.
They don't have plows during the summer.
No, I'm
they
serious.
Take the plows off.
He delivers basketballs with this one-ton pickup.
You know, you guys
Go to
keep making
Goffstown and I'll show you.
Keep making statements like that.
But it's
That's
true.
not- it's
Everybody's
not
stoked
healthy.
about it. We're like, are you serious?
Christmas,
Yes.
Starbucks.
Oh yeah, I did hear
Christmas
about
and
that.
Starbucks.
I heard Christmas. I heard Starbucks hates Christmas.
They hate Christmas.
Well, I heard they're not putting it on their cups.
They have a red cup,
Yes.
simple red cup.
But where's the controversial? I haven't
It's
followed the
a
full
pure,
story.
It's a pure red cup that's going to be their Christmas cup, just
Yes,
pure red
yes.
with their logo.
Yeah.
Is that good enough for you?
Well, I don't drink coffee, and I'd never go to Starbucks. But
Okay, but do you think they should have Merry Christmas on it, or Happy Holidays, or Joy to the World?
I think they
or-
should. When was it? Back in 2005 and 6? It might have been 2004, where all the stores went anti-Christmas by telling their employees
Anti-Christmas.
that they didn't put up any Christmas signs. They had the Christmas display, for you to go buy. Their employees were told, Walmart, Target, all the stores were told, do not say Merry Christmas. If somebody says Merry Christmas to you, you say thank you. These are what the employees told me.
I don't believe that. And what are they going to do? Fire people because you say Merry Christmas?
Yes. Well, Walmart that year, and I can't remember, it was 2005 approximate. That year, they got over 2 million phone calls. I was one of them. I said, I'll never step foot in your store again.
But you have.
Well, they changed their policy. The next year, people boycotted them, Target, everybody else, Sears. Sears was a huge one. I used to go and say, Merry Christmas. Thank you. I said, can't you say Merry Christmas? We're not allowed.
Well, so what?
If somebody says it to you, the store should, because we're a nation built as Christians.
You know what the problem is? The problem is that Hanukkah and Christmas always seem to match up. So it's not necessarily offensive, but it may be offensive to a Jewish individual who does not believe in the holiday because they have their own holiday.
But these are all, so it's all Jewish people that work at stores?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
But
I'm
what-
talking about
so
the
why-
people who go to the stores. But let me tell you something. Many, many, many Jewish people celebrate both holidays.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
But so why
But how
was
about
it?
a cup with Happy Hanukkah on it? Would that upset you?
No. But 2 years later, because they did this for 2 years,
All
all
right.
the stores, 2 years later, all the stores, Sears was the biggest one, they had the biggest Merry Christmas sign when you walked in because money mattered.
Well, of course, it's always about money.
The second people started boycotting them
Of
and
course,
said,
it's always
look,
about money.
you don't put that Christmas sign up, we're not coming.
But I've said Merry Christmas to a person. The person said, I don't believe in Christmas. I'm Jewish.
Well, then you say, have a nice day.
Yeah.
You don't be...
That's kind of, that's kind of mean. I was trying to be nice.
Oh, I
coulda-
do, yeah.
I would have said, well, Happy Hanukkah, or I
Yeah.
would have done it, but it just hit me.
Yeah.
That was not nice. It's a holiday, for God's sakes.
Yes,
It's for kids.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with you and me or them. It's children. It's where there's truly a Santa Claus. I believe in Santa Claus.
Well, I do too.
I am telling you there is a Santa Claus.
Well, the true meaning of Christmas is,
Giving.
Christ himself.
Oh, God.
But you just said it. God. You just said, oh, God. Thank you for
something?
acknowledging him.
If I ran a church, I don't run a church, I would not have a symbol of somebody hanging like this. I'm sorry.
Oh, not all churches
I
do.
would have somebody sitting there with lambs and kids and love. I mean, that's scary. All right, we got 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Yes.
How can people get in touch with you?
They can email me at john@bertnh.com or Facebook, John Burt, Goffstown. Look me up on YouTube. Just type in.
Oh, yeah. John,
Yeah, John Burt, Goffstown.
Or the Art of Politics. They
Yes,
can do that.
yes, yeah.
That's right. And I'm also, you're on Facebook, I take it?
Yes, I am on Facebook.
Good.
Yeah, very
I am
active
also.
on Facebook.
Are you really?
Probably too active.
Well, what I notice is you have not befriended me because I don't see you anymore. In fact, I don't know what happened to all the Republicans. They're not even talking to me
I think
anymore.
I'm friends with your wife on Facebook.
Well, yeah, but I get, well, anyway.
But no, I appreciate you having me down because I think we always have fun.
We always have fun.
Yes.
It's all right.
Yeah. And Al did say that, you know, if I needed this to pull this out, and I didn't need it.
No. He goes like this.
That's kryptonite to you.
But those, no. Those are only words, and that is only paper. It's what you do to protect the people under the words in the paper. Because when the words mean nothing, the paper means nothing, and the world just goes to hell.
That's right.
And everyone should own a gun.
That's right. To protect that paper.
No, you protect the people, and the people protect.
Well, that's true.
I don't know where the hell we're going with this anyway. Because I try to get 58 seconds. I don't know what to say. What are you going to do this weekend? Anything important?
Yeah, more yard work. Oh, this beautiful weather we've had. This is before being taped before Thanksgiving. We've just had some great weather for a couple weeks.
Rain 4 or 5 days now.
Well, it has rained a little bit, but now it's supposed to get right back to nice weather.
That's good.
Yeah, so yeah, my whole yard looks great. You know, Better Homes and Gardens, I think, is going to come pay me a visit.
Not with those chickens running loose. We haven't talked about, you just open the doors, let them run loose.
Yes.
Do they all come home, or?
Oh, yeah. They never leave the
Chicken
yard.
comes home to roost.
Yeah, not very often they leave the yard. Occasionally they'll sneak over to the neighbors.
Really? And they got a little thing that the neighbors let them
Yes.
sneak under.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we do a lot on that chicken sport. We got 14 seconds. John, thank you very
Yes, well,
much.
thank you.
All right, you're always welcome. We always have fun.
Oh, yes, we will.
All right, to you out there, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.